Conway wants it, Conway gets it, and there is the 100-run partnership. Devon Conway and Finn Allen. Partnership par excellence here at Hagley Oval today. It's certainly not easy to bring up a 100-run partnership in this format, particularly when you're still going at a run rate of 9.52 per over. But the Wellingtonians did a lot together, these two, and this is an excellent performance from both batsmen. Just once before, 100-run first wicket partnership against Pakistan. That coming back in 2016 as Finn Allen has to back away, fended back down the pitch. I think their run rate comes in to the equation now for New Zealand. They'll want to finish this game as quick as they can, make it as tough as Bangladesh as possible to make that final. There'll be some questions for Pakistan too, Bondi, in terms of bowling decisions, bowling selections. Spin was such a factor for New Zealand, 5 wickets with spinners in the New Zealand innings. Pakistan resisted the urge to bring on spinners early. Probably has a little bit to do with matchups. Pakistan are generally a right-handed batting lineup, so New Zealand were able to use Mitchell Santner, turning the ball away, and that's the general thing. You want to use a bowler who turns the ball away from the bat. Innings between 100-run partnerships, and that's the end of the 11th over. It is a 102 without loss. It's a kind of magic.
Zindagi. Download now.
Intent in the game, and I know New Zealand, Bondi, were chasing down a low total, but right from the outset, use of the feet, moving to the pitch of the ball, looking to create space for themselves. Both batsmen. Well, that's the impact someone like Finn Allen has. As soon as he'd hit one down the ground for 6, mid-wicket cover, those fielders all sat back on the circle, enabled New Zealand just to then rotate the strike with the 1, and then all of a sudden overs turn into 8, 9, 10 run overs with a lower risk. It's very difficult to defend when that occurs. Back of the hand that time from Shahab. Traditional big spinner this time, fielded well. And then with the spinners, you're looking at a Nawaz who Mark Chapman took down in the last game, and Devon Conway playing the reverse sweep. Now with only 2 fielders out, it's very difficult for the left-arm spinner to bowl, turning the ball into the left-hander. I think that's why Pakistan went with their fast bowlers in the first 6 overs. Aerial, but through the gap, and they'll take an easy single. Total to 104. Pakistan like to use Shadab Khan in the middle overs, much like New Zealand used East Shodhi, give them the protection, enable them to flight the ball, ask the batsman hit the ball over the boundary riders. Just hasn't been able to apply that pressure today. But also the different style that you spoke about before the match started, Bondi, about New Zealand getting that extra bounce from their spinners, tall up, bowling over the top, versus the Shadab Khan when slides on, stays a little lower, and it's in the hitting arc of both Conway and Finn Allen. Just like that. They hustle for the first and come back for the second on the throw. Good running again. And that's the end of the 12th. It's 106 without loss.
Zindagi. Download now.
He's been impressive, he really has, Finn Allen. Wanted a total, he's got it today. Down the pitch and very wide from Nawaz, who saw him coming.
That's lovely bowling. Seems to got the ball outside the wide line. It's made it difficult for Finn Allen to reach, but he did enough to get some bat on it. Beautiful piece of bowling.
He wants to party now. That's all he wants to do. Conway squats down, squirts it out for one. That's a tough call from Coach Gary Stead too. You've got Martin Guptill, one of the greatest T20 batters in the history of the format, at your disposal, and you've backed Finn Allen as a coach. You've said, you're my guy. That is a tough call to make, and Finn Allen has rewarded him here today, rewarded that confidence. Still there on the left of your screen, Marty Guptill. What a career he has had. Still so much to offer. Watched him in the nets before the game. Dane Cleaver was having a bat. And still full of advice. Brings that intellect and that intellectual property that he has and that he's amassed over so long in the game, and he's so free with it.
It's great. He's a great person to have on the bench, isn't he? In your squad, if he's not going to be in that starting 11.
It's all ones here for Nawaz. Does Finn Allen run out of patience? Yes, he does. And he absolutely smokes it straight down the ground for 6 more. His 6th of the innings.
Yeah, that's the step hit, isn't it? It's where the bowler bowls the length, where the batsman can simply put his foot down the wicket and swing through the line of the ball. And Finn Allen, if you allow him the opportunity to do that, he will hit it a long way.
Some of those sixes from Allen today too haven't exactly been clean off the bat. That's the power he has. Ooh, tried to go again and gets himself in the calf instead. 13 gone, 116 without loss.
अंदर की अच्छाई को बाहर झलकने दो। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
अपनों की दहलीज पे रहे, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहे पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान।
केएनएन जिंदगी डाउनलोड नाउ।
Just short. Conway with a rare miscue in this innings. He's closing in on a half century as well.
It's the wrong one again. Just holding. Timing poor enough to enable him to get away with it.
Looking for his 5th half century in T20 cricket. Kevin Conway. And his name in red ink again, I'd imagine. Bit of a debate going on upstairs in the commentary box about our player of the match today. There's votes for Bracewell, there's votes for Allen. Michael Bracewell, 2 for 11. Allen! And he's gone, walked down the pitch. Well taken opportunity behind the stumps. First wicket falls with the end in sight. And Finn Allen's entertaining innings of 62 has come to a close.
Yeah, well, I like it. This is selfless batting. We talked about run rate, and Finn Allen is prepared to do that, to go for it. I know he's got out and would like to finish the game, but all through the innings he's played selflessly. Brilliant 62, New Zealand 117 for 1.
जिंदगी डाउनलोड नाउ।
अपनों की दहलीज पे रहे, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहे पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान।
Cannons.
I would have been tempted to put Phillips in there. Bang, bang, game done.
No man loves to bat more than Kane Williamson.
He's fought so hard, Kane Williamson, rediscovering his form. He has a great ability to grind. Whips it off the hip. He's underway, brings Conway back on strike.
I think that's the exciting thing from a New Zealand perspective. Let's look at this wicket again. Lovely bit of flight, a little bit of drift, turn away, and well taken by the keeper because that ball did bounce.
Just enough turn to beat Finn Allen. Sharp from Rizwan. Conway again. Just arcing back. Pulling it leg side, get a couple.
Saying Sumo, New Zealand have a big batting order. Mitch Santner coming at 8, Michael Braithwaite at 7. The one thing they're looking to click is their captain. Now, if he can click into gear like he did in the World Cup final, then that New Zealand batting lineup all of a sudden looks very intimidating.
Yeah, and one thing you can be sure of is he's trying hard. Again, he's just trying leg side. Conway can't cash in. That's the end of 14. It's 120 for 1. New Zealand 11 away.
जिंदगी डाउनलोड नाउ।
Michael Bracewell and Ish Sodhi both in the wickets today for New Zealand. Sodhi with 1, Bracewell 2 for 11, Santner 2 for 27. The 3 spinners took the first 5 wickets. First time in New Zealand history that has happened on these shores. And Naseem Shah returns. In what is a lost cause, but a chance to match up against the New Zealand skipper. Williamson on strike. Nicely guided. Wide third man. Oh, and a misfield as well. Tahani. He's had a bit of a booer today, to use the New Zealand parlance. It's a little erratic in his 2 overs, and a couple of times fielding in the deep has just looked a little short of a gallop, really. Illustrative, I think, of Kane Williamson at the moment, just where he's looking to hit and where the ball goes. Roger Toos here at Hagley Oval.
Was a fine left-handed batsman, especially in the one-day format. New Zealand's finest.
That comes off the edge. Seems Shah. Thought there was a little pad first. Williamson just trots through for a couple. Shut up, says mate, you're dreaming. I was about to say the same thing. Shut up, Khan, with that wicket. Vallon becomes second highest wicket taker for Pakistan in T20 internationals. I like the way he's always playing with a smile on his face. Oh, and again. Williamson's bat's got about 8 edges.
Well, I think all batsmen will be looking forward to moving 2 strips over to the new wicket. That's browning off. You'd be expecting a little bit more pace and bounce there to the left-hand side of the one we're on.
Well, given the clouds around too, Bondi, and you'll know more about Christchurch weather than I do, but a little bit of moisture overnight too might put a little jink and jive and life into that pitch as well. It'll be widened. No, it won't. Wayne Knight's looked down and thought, no, not wide enough.
It's getting a bit lenient on the wides today. That's a genuine wide, isn't it? Really.
It's nice for Naseem on return. 6 away, New Zealand. Last ball of the 15th over. And no run. 15 gone, 125 for 1.
और फिर हम तुम्हारी ग्रेजुएशन धूमधाम से मनाएंगे।
अंदर की अच्छाई को बाहर झलकने दो। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
Last rights here at Hagley Oval. New Zealand 6 away from victory. Good crowd in again. I've enjoyed this tri-series over the last 4 or 5 days. Plenty of time for New Zealand. Mohamed Nawaz, left arm spinners, bowled 3 overs. Six needed now. Let's pull away. Just stay down a touch. Well, the interesting thing about this tri-series, Waka, is that victory for New Zealand tonight means that Pakistan and New Zealand have 2 wins apiece, and it keeps Bangladesh in the tournament. They've got to win their final 2 games.
Yeah, this victory for New Zealand will open up things for everyone. Everyone will be in the hunt for the finals. In Bangladesh really need to play a better cricket, and of course Pakistan also. What we've seen today, they were pretty good in the first 2 games, but today no show at all.
Pakistan have been New Zealand's bogey side over a period of time. Really 8 of the last 10 matches. The most important one was at the T20 World Cup last year. So this will give New Zealand some confidence that they need against a team that they've struggled against in recent times.
Yeah, some new faces in New Zealand side. Some very good cricketers.
Pakistan have won the previous 3 matches between the 2 countries, so New Zealand will be happy to break that drought. It's been a little while since tasted victory over Pakistan. sets up nicely for the rest of the week and maybe a final between these two countries on Friday. This piece of timing out through cover.
Good cricket played by New Zealand in this game. Previous match, they dropped catches. It was day and night game. The dew factor was massive. They couldn't really get the rhythm going. And Pakistani bowlers were really on the money that day. But today it was, in all departments, all three departments, Pakistan struggled completely.
Piece of the fifth by Conway. Two's the call. Good running again. It's the well-weighted shot. And the scores are tied. New Zealand need one. End of the 16th. 130 for one.
Zindagi. Download now.
Just the one needed for New Zealand for victory in this T20 International here at Hagley Oval. And it's New Zealand captain on strike. Changing the field now. That usually happens when only one run's needed. Everyone comes inside the circle.
That also means that Conway cannot get to his 50. Batted really well. Good strike rate.
Worked away. And that's a nice way to finish things off for New Zealand. Nice piece of timing from Kane Williamson to finish things off. A comprehensive 9-wicket victory for New Zealand over Pakistan here at Hagley Oval. There's been much better display from New Zealand this afternoon. Very comprehensive in all disciplines. Kevin Conway continuing on his good form. 49 not out on 46. Pakistan were a little bit off the mark today, and New Zealand made the most of it.
Pakistan winning the toss this afternoon and electing to bat first, and no real effort, no real venom we've seen from Pakistan's batting. And when they came to bowl, they were outplayed by the two openers. They were just too good for them. Pakistan got to really think hard. They got to go back onto the drawing board and think of things that where they've gone wrong, because this series is now getting into a situation where you cannot afford to lose any more game.
Yeah, it means that both teams have had 2 wins and a loss so far from their matches played. Both teams get on well. Some good relationships amongst the players from both teams. And checking out on the bats. There's always a fascination with the bats of other players from other teams.
Yeah, you always like somebody else's bat than your own. But you're right, there's a great relation between these two teams. They played a lot against each other in the recent past. They know each other really well. They play in different leagues also, so that relation really has done really well for the game, for both the teams, for both the countries. It's been superb watching Williamson bat the way he bats. And New Zealand deserves to win today. They were better than Pakistan in all departments.
So the batting card for New Zealand, chasing that total of 130 by Pakistan, and it was Finn Allen at the top that did the damage. 62 from 42. Partnership of 117 with Devon Conway, who remained 49 not out. Kane Williamson finished 9 and took the final rights at the end. But all in all, it's a pretty disciplined, comprehensive batting display from New Zealand. The bowlers, well, they never really got into the match. 6 bowlers used, just the 1 wicket for Shadab Khan. By and large, most of the fast bowlers were a little bit errant and expensive. So, Pakistan 130 for 7 from their 20 overs. Iftikhar Ahmed, 27, the highest score. Michael Bracewell was outstanding again with the ball, 2 for 11 from his 4 overs, and it was never going to be enough. New Zealand chased it down, 1 wicket down in 16.1 overs, and a very comfortable victory for New Zealand by 9 wickets. Picturesque Hagley Oval. Had a mixture of weather today, but it stayed fine, which is the most important thing. Got through another game in this Bangladesh Tri-Series. Good crowd came in again. And the points table means that after that victory, New Zealand go to the top on net run rate. Both New Zealand and Pakistan with 4 points apiece. Bangladesh still have some work to do from their final 2 matches. Let's go downstairs to the post-match presentation with Mark Richardson.
Yeah, the ANZ player of the match again is Michael Bracewell, 2 wickets for 11. There's your bottle of flash champagne. You're developing quite a wine cellar now, aren't you?
Yeah, haven't tried this one yet, but might give them both a go at some point soon.
Oh, you must be absolutely thrilled with that bowling performance. Again, it's always nice when you can back up a good performance with another good performance.
Yeah, it's a slightly different role today, bowling in the power play, and having those 2 fielders out makes it pretty nerve-wracking there, bowling to some world-class players. But yeah, I was pretty happy with the way that it came out today. Was a little bit fortunate in that first over with a couple of short and wide ones that got hit straight to fielders, but yeah, that's 2020 cricket.
You sort of pinch yourself a little bit when you think you batted so well for Wellington. You batted your way into the side, and all of a sudden here you are. You're like sort of a first-choice spin bowler now.
Yeah. When I do catch myself thinking about it, it does feel a little bit strange, but I'm really enjoying the role that I'm playing, and just being able to provide quality overs for the team is what I'm trying to do, and working hard at training to do that.
You're more than just a part-timer now, because I notice when conditions suit, you have a lot of variation up your sleeve, and you're capable of bowling accurately many different ways. Now that's not the behaviour of a part-time off-spinner.
Yeah, I get to train against a lot of the guys in our team, and you see the way that Finn Allen tries to smoke the spinners. I think if you can try and contain him in the nets, then you're halfway there. So yeah, I've had a lot of practice at it in the nets, trying to bowl to him and the rest of the guys, and yeah, I hope that I can sort of come up with a different way against some really quality players.
Next game's on a new wicket, so I'd imagine the team's not picked just yet, but you'll be wanting to continue. Could be a different sort of job on a fresher wicket tomorrow against Bangladesh.
Yeah, I think that's what we pride ourselves on as a team, is trying to adapt to certain conditions, and we've got a range of different players that like to play different roles, and that might mean that I don't have much of a role with the ball tomorrow, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it and see what the surface looks like in the afternoon.
Fancy a decent chance with the bat too, Steve?
Yeah, I would like to have a hit, but the way that those guys at the top of the order are playing, it's one of those roles that if you're not batting, then the side's doing really well. So I can't complain too much, and it's pretty nice having the feet up and watching the boys do the business.
Well played again, Michael, and all the best for the next game.
Thanks a lot, Ringer. Cheers. Oh, beautifully. 2 for 11 today, 2 for 14 the other day, 2 man of the match performances. He is becoming an important player with the ball for New Zealand. Let's go back downstairs to Mark Richardson. He's got the captains with him.
Got Bubba Azam with me. Bubba, a disappointing game for you guys. Why did Pakistan struggle so much to bat on that pitch?
I think first inning is a little bit slow. We are not up to the mark in the batting. So we are sit and discuss our mistakes and do better in next match.
Yeah, well, you've got a day off now. What are the things that you really need to work on to make sure you're at your best again?
A lot of things we discuss, and we have a day off tomorrow, so we are sit and discuss our mistakes, so we are not repeating next matches.
Can you just shrug this one off as just a bad game?
Yeah, definitely we have a bad day. So I think in the batting we are not up to the mark. Because if you are runs 160 or 160, then you defend it, but 130 is easy chaseable for Black Caps.
I won't keep you too long. Thank you very much, and all the best for the next game. Have a good day off. Kane, I think you'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, won't you?
Yeah, an improvement again from the last game, and clearly one of the best sides in world cricket as well. So it was nice to adjust to those conditions. They weren't easy, and we were nice and clinical with the ball, and used the big side and the wind as well. So a really efficient first half, and then for Finn to come out and really break the back of the chase by being super aggressive, and Devon complimenting him nicely, obviously went a long way to us getting over the line.
Tell you what, you got the balance to the side right, didn't you, with all the spin bowlers in it today?
Yeah, we thought that it might suit it, but also, we're sort of limited with other seam bowling options at the moment, needing to make sure we look after the guys throughout this period. It's pretty hectic, and it did suit those sorts of conditions.
You got a lot of choice in the side too, with balance and quicks and slow bowlers. It might get a little bit confusing trying to work out what your best team is.
I suppose it's great that there's a number of players in different roles. Conditions are a major part of what we consider, and obviously on this sort of surface, perhaps in Aussie it might be a little bit different, but we obviously want to address what's in front of us, and I thought we did that really well.
Michael said it was a different role bowling in the power play for him. Did you get nervous bowling the slow bowlers in the power play, especially when you use a couple of them?
They might a little bit more than me, but on that sort of wicket, it was just trying to be nice and disciplined with your length and your line as well, and not get too creative. And you knew that if you could force the tough options, then I thought they had a really good power play on that wicket. 42, I thought was a really good effort, and then we were able to pull it back with the spinners through the middle as well. So it's one of those roles that's actually becoming more and more in the international game, T20 cricket. Spinners bowling in the power play, and he did a great job today.
You'd be thrilled to see Finn Allen back there striking the ball well.
Yeah, he has been hitting the ball well, and some of these wickets haven't been the easiest for rhythm, but he came out and hit the ball beautifully today, and that wicket's sort of, it might be 10 days old now, and he came out and did what we know he can do, and we've seen him do it certainly in the nets and coming into the side as well, and some of the other games he's played, so it was a great contribution today.
You'll be looking forward to perhaps playing on a fresher wicket tomorrow against Bangladesh, maybe a little easier to bat on.
We'll have to address as well. It looks dry. Cricket this time of the year is not very common, and I think it is important we keep assessing those conditions. And to be fair, the wickets still have produced some really good cricket and some real challenges as well, and that's just part and parcel of the game. So, it'll be something new to be on a fresh one, and for us it's quick turnaround, so we'll have to be ready to go again tomorrow.
Well, getting better with each game, that's all a captain can ask as you look to prepare for a very important tournament.
That's what we want to keep doing day in, day out, regardless of the format, is to keep improving, and I think we've seen it on that surface as well in the last 3 games. It's become thick and fast. We've got another one really quickly, different wicket, different opposition again, so we have to make sure that we stick to our plans, all those sorts of things that are important to our game, and look forward to the next match.
Well done, Kane, and a convincing victory for New Zealand here today.
Cheers.
A happy skipper, and he should be. A much better performance from New Zealand today. Pakistan batted first, 130 for 7 was below par. No one really got going. Iftikhar Ahmed top scored with 27. New Zealand spinners, 4 were used in total. All had a little bit of a field day. Michael Bracewell was the pick with 2 for 11 from his 4 overs. Mitchell sat in the first game back for some time, 2 for 27 from his 4 overs. And then in the run chase, New Zealand chased it down rather easily. 131 for 1. 16.1 overs thanks to Finn Allen with 62 and Devon Conway by 49 not out. New Zealand comfortable victors by 9 wickets. We'll take a quick break here at Hagley Oval, and when we come back we'll have all the analysis of New Zealand's big victory here today in Christchurch.
Download now.
अपनों की दहलीज पे रहे, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहे पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान।
Cannons.
It's a kind of magic.
तुम्हारी ग्रेजुएशन धूमधाम से मनाएंगे।
अंदर की अच्छाई को बाहर झलकने दो। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
It's the kind of magic.
अंदर की अच्छाई को बाहर झलकने दो। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए।
अपनों की दहलीज पे रहें, एक कॉल पे मौजूद, ताकि मुस्कुराते रहे पाकिस्तानी, खुशहाल रहे पाकिस्तान।
KNN।
Zindagi. Download now.
It's the kind of magic.
Zindagi. Download now.
और फिर हम तुम्हारी ग्रेजुएशन धूमधाम